Hey everyone! You know, Kidder Music Service is one of the greatest assets to our school district. From providing day-to-day materials like reeds and valve oil to purchasing pieces of sound and instrumental equipment, there isn't anything they can't do. Kidder Music Service helps our students sound the best they can each and every day, and we are proud to call them a Music in the Making sponsor. If you are looking for similar materials for your school, don't hesitate to call and ask for assistance and mention us, Music in the Making, today. Their number is 309-692-4040, or visit kiddermusic.com, that's Kidder music.com today for all your music classroom needs. And now, on to the podcast. Welcome to Music in the Making.
That's illegal.
I want to be with you everywhere. A Halloween party. Oh, that's fun. Let's talk about work.
Not what I said.
Well, and I like Stanridge, so it's like I kind of.
Oh, you guys are friends?
Yeah,
You
I
guys
talked
are
to him. Yeah, we talked
to him
we
last week.
A whole 5 minutes at Midwest last year. We are 3 high school and junior high music teachers from West Central Illinois.
And someone had to go to the bathroom during intermission and missed it. And that someone is me.
Yeah! Each week we will talk about our experiences in the classroom, community, and personal lives too. Please welcome your hosts, Lisa Hallen.
We say move all this stuff down there, and then it gets moved, and I'm like, oh my gosh, why have we moved that from there to there to there? Stop recording.
Art Martinez. Happy Friday if it was not a Friday, or Saturday or Sunday, or if you're Lisa, it's a week later. And Kevin Ferry.
Oh, what you're talking about.
During class.
What time is it?
Right there, I need to be like walking out.
Yeah, we don't care. You can leave the podcast early as long as we get to.
She's like, I will
As
walk
long
out
as
of
we
my
get
own.
to Lisa's list.
Yeah. I mean, we could, yeah.
Darn right.
Yeah, wait, is that what it's called, though? The Lisa list?
I don't remember what she said we were
It's
calling it.
still being workshopped.
Workshopped.
Start Lisa's pile of stories, but Lisa's list is so much better, so much more
A pile is,
alliterative.
I'll say, a pile is pretty substantive. People are going to expect that pile. But if it's a list...
Are you saying I don't bring substantive things to this
I'm just saying a
podcast?
pile is pretty big. A list could be like 1 to 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the expectation is a lot lower.
I feel
The
like
list
you're
needs
down.
more than one.
Yeah.
If it's not more
But how-
than
okay,
one,
but how
then
many
it's
are in a
just
pile,
a
then?
thing.
How many are in a pile?
You know, that's when you get into the blank ton, a blank load.
Yeah.
See? Look, I didn't even swear.
There you go. Welcome back to another episode. This is episode 41, coming out of another month hiatus. Sorry, winter concerts and breaks, and Kevin's gone, and Lisa's taking a million days off again. Just all the things going on. But you know what? Kevin sent
Did
the
you
text.
just say bite me?
I said
Fight.
fight. He's giving
That
me a
sounded
hard
like a
time for
bee to
taking
me.
off days.
thought you
Let's
said-
compare. Let's compare. Will sub, sir.
Sounded like a bee to me.
Yeah. Anyway, but Kevin said it best on the text. Our New Year's resolution is to just be more consistent. I honestly don't know what it is about this year that I feel like we've just been so inconsistent about recording. I don't know. I feel like some of it was the same stuff, and then I think just some weeks.
It's been really busy.
Yeah.
Not that, yeah, listen to us complain. But I'm sure everybody understands. But we're going to, whether we are all 3 here, or Art does a solo, or Lisa does a solo because it's her podcast.
It is.
We're going to try to do something every week and get that content out.
Absolutely.
So-
And yeah, we definitely have been promising like having guests on stuff too, so like we need to stay that.
Yeah, you told me you were going to get a composer or somebody from
Oh yeah.
Midwest Band and Orchestra Clinic, which
Yeah, we
is, to
gotta
me,
do
is
that.
not inclusive whatsoever.
The band orchestra and I guess
Not vocal
Kevin.
music, I guess.
That's what IMEC is for. So lots of cool things on the horizon.
IMEC
though.
is inclusive. The Illinois
Music
Education Conference. Because we have the grade school stuff and the jazz stuff, and it just involves everybody.
So wait, hang on.
So what?
If it's ILMEA for us, for district,
Well,
what is it? Why is it IMEC? Why is it not
ILMEC? Well,
So
because
wait,
it
that means
doesn't
it's
need to be.
IAMEC in Iowa? Or
I don't know what
IDMEC in
I
Idaho?
don't know what Iowa calls their conference,
IMEC.
and I don't care. I don't care. But yeah, we have IMAC in like 3 weeks,
Yeah.
4 weeks,
You know, just about
whatever it is. I can't freaking wait.
I think 2 years ago, that was the day that we had like that freak snowstorm in the morning, and it was like all the snow at one time. It was like super light though.
Last year, we had to
Whatever.
go to Abingdon and pick up Emily.
But then last year,
And we were like, hey, we're going to take a shortcut. We're like, guys, wait up.
we added like 30
The
minutes.
men got lost, which is no shock to anybody, I'm sure. But yeah, last year it was foggy. It was like
Yeah.
rain
Oh,
and
it was
stuff.
super foggy.
And then
Yeah.
there was a dead cow on the side of the road. I'm still traumatized.
Yeah.
It was just like chilling on the way to Abingdon.
Do you eat meat?
Yeah.
You eat beef?
Yeah.
Why are you traumatized as a cow?
I know, but I don't like seeing it in that state. I like to be.
She likes it on her plate,
I like to not think about it.
cooked.
Ignorance is bliss.
So we just had the world's best in service today.
How was yours? I'll say,
It was interesting. We go through this company called Panorama for our like MTSS data, and like they were showing us how to work through that and go through, all the data breakdown of the surveys that we do for MTSS and SEL, and trying to make sure that see the trends, see what we need to work on, see what we need to do better, see what we're doing right. And as far as that goes, the thing that sucks for me is like all of my technology is right here, and we were in the district office, and I'm just sitting there.
yeah.
And it's not like I can follow along and watch, so I'm just listening. And then, so we had a presenter from somewhere, like she was on the TV screen, and we got done at 2. Emily gave us a 15-minute break, and then she's like, so the rest of the time we're just supposed to search around and look. And I just like, can I go back to the auditorium and get to my computer where I need to be? And she's like, oh yeah, go right ahead. So
So he was there for 15 minutes, and then he's been there ever since.
that's not true. I was there at 12:25. It started at 12:30, and I was there until 2:15. So shut up. Okay, and so like this morning we had the financial people here talking to us about our individual and personal finances, which I thought was really good.
That was good, yeah.
There's a lot of people that need that.
Shout out to Ed Fletcher for setting that up.
Yeah,
Shout out.
it's very important that, especially young teachers, I've said it a million times, I wish somebody would have grabbed me by the throat when I was like 24 and said, hey, you need to invest in your 403b, your Roth IRA, your IRA. You need to invest. You need to save. You need to invest. Not realizing, like, I have all those things now, and I don't even miss that money. Like, I don't even know that money goes, because it's just payroll deduct and we're done. So, no, I thought it was very interesting, the retirement stuff. I'm getting closer to that. So it was pretty scary to see how much assisted living costs for the year. But that was what it cost last year at $142,000 for the year. But what's it going to be in 20 years?
Yeah.
So I had a buddy of mine, Jay Melton.
Shout out.
He used to be the principal here. He's at Stark County. Actually, I think he's retired now. But his mom, rather than like live in an assisted living facility that is basically $100 a day, basically $3,000 a month to live in. 'Cause she wasn't nursing home, but just didn't want to live on her own. You know what she did for? I don't know if it was months or a year or 2 years, whatever it was. Do you know how much it costs to go on a cruise?
Oh.
About $100 a day.
Yeah.
So she would get off one cruise line, onto another. Off one,
cow.
onto another.
Jeez.
Off one, onto another. Like, that's a freaking life. Like, if you're, and usually if you get the right plan or whatever, it's all inclusive. So you're on the cruise and you've got all your meals, you've got They have medical facilities there, and
Yeah.
so yeah,
That's
like,
pretty crazy.
That's to me, that's a genius idea. Hey, how about? Sorry. we're not talking about music at all. Maybe we should.
That's okay.
Should we introduce our very special friend?
We should. Hey, special friend, come on over to the mic. We are once again blessed to have a student teacher. One of two we're actually going to have.
Two student teachers this year, and
Plus,
I have a practicum student from Knox.
And a practicum student from Knox. So,
Yeah.
you know.
So we have Mr. David Flowers. He is a student at the University of Wisconsin-Platteville.
Go.
Shout out.
Go Badgers, go.
Pioneers.
Go Pioneers.
Pioneers?
Yeah.
The Platteville Pioneers. Because I'm going to bet at one time before that was UW-Platteville, it was just Platteville, University of Platteville or Platteville College.
It was
or
Platteville Normal School.
Oh.
And then they-
normal?
Yeah.
There was a normal school.
Not so normal?
There was a normal school and a mining school, and then they consolidated into one. I don't remember what that name is. And then they're bought up by the University of Wisconsin.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, just saying UW-Platteville is way cooler than
Boo.
Pioneers.
Go
Shout
Pioneers.
out.
Shout out.
So, yeah, and David comes to us from Mercer County
Shout out.
High School.
She just couldn't wait.
She couldn't wait because now I live in Mercer County.
'cause Crispy
I have
Dew-
a house in Aledo. I live in Aledo
Because
now.
Crispy Dew works in Mercer County.
Yeah. I sent out.
They are our friends.
I
They
don't
are
know
from-
about that.
Hi, Rusty.
I sent out for Christmas. I sent out Merry Christmas to the best music department ever, and then I sent one, and I don't know if he told you this, but I sent one to Rusty, Sam, and Crispin,
Shout out, shout,
Shout
out,
out,
shout out.
and Rusty came back, hey, Merry Christmas. Sam did the same thing, and Crispin's like, Merry Christmas from the greatest music department. And I'm like, okay, Mercer County. Anyway, David Flowers is here. He is going to be student teaching with both Art and I. He's got to do both band and choir for his student
He
teaching.
gets to do both band and choir.
He gets to do band, which is awesome, and then he has
Has
to
to
do
do
choir.
choir, which is fine. And I think at the end of the day, it's probably going to work out good for him because he's going to spend more time with me than he is
Yeah.
with you, so he gets more of that choir stuff to get ready to go. And we're going to work really, really hard to find you a job.
He's never going to be around in the spring when he does track, so he'll be teaching. Just say.
Yeah.
Anyway, so David,
That's
sorry.
track. That's track and field.
Oh, yeah.
Not track, as in Three Rivers Athletic Conference music. Festival.
Different field.
Yeah, different track.
But anyway, David, tell us a little bit about yourself. So we know you're from the area, Mercer County, but tell us more. What was life like in UW-Platteville?
I don't know. It was really cold in the winters.
Yeah.
It was Wisconsin,
My sister lives up there right now. They're gonna get bombarded if they haven't already with snow. So
Yeah, I think I left right before all the snow came down. So
yes, Lisa, she's raising her hand.
Why UW-Platteville?
because it was like the cheapest school to go to around here, cheaper than all the in-state schools.
But don't you have a connection there as well?
Yeah, my cousin was the tuba professor.
And what instrument do you play?
I play tuba.
Uh-huh.
Shout out.
Shout out
Tuba
cousin
professor.
that plays. Cousin's name?
Dr. Daniel J. Rowland.
Ooh, Dr. Daniel
Dr.
J.
Daniel J. Like, you got to get it all in.
Dr. Daniel
Yeah.
J.
It's like
Rowland.
Mrs. Dr. Catherine
Dr. Mrs.
Martinez.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, Platteville's looking for a new trumpet professor.
They
And
can't
you know
have
what?
her.
Stop!
And you know what? Platteville School District's also looking for a band director.
I'm teaching trumpet.
Cat will be the
Cat
band
will be the
director.
director,
Yeah. No.
Stop that.
No.
Oh my gosh, we're getting a phone call.
I know from who.
309. It just says voicemail.
Anyway, sorry. This is a live show, people. Things happen all the time, which is mostly just Kevin getting random texts and phone calls.
622-9922.
So what? So
don't know who that
you were?
is.
Did you do any choir at Platteville, or was it just all band for you?
I have never been in the choir until last semester, pre-student teaching.
Oh
at the
wow.
school
Okay.
district.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So we kind of had a conversation before the podcast started. But I was saying that, I was in choir when I was in college, and a little bit in high school, and but it also taught me a lot of how there's a lot of similarities for band and choir. And, when it comes to like reading like a score, Choir is usually more simplified because you have 4 parts. But really, that's what band music is. There's like 4 parts. 5, sometimes 6, depending on how complicated it is. But like, if you can identify those 4 parts.
That's true.
What? Oh, when you're doing songs like.
No, I'm
Fire.
talking about you being
What?
4 or 5 parts. Like, I feel like band has a billion.
It's just for fun.
They're all the same notes and same like.
I mean, some instruments just do
melodies.
octaves of each other, so it's the same part.
I don't know. Then why is the score so damn big?
Because you have to show every different.
It's called.
Listen,
I want to
smarty
write
pants.
this. It's because I want to write the same song for grade 1, and I'm going to do it with more instruments and call it a grade 2, and then go from there. But anyway, so this will be a pretty cool experience for you. I guess, like, what's the one thing that you're really hoping to, I guess, take away from this experience in general? Like, maybe something, like, specific or generally, but, like, what's one thing you would want to take away from all this?
I don't know. I haven't thought that far yet.
I would say it's probably overwhelming, and especially for the first
Yeah.
day being just a bunch of meetings. I'm sure you're kind of like, uh-oh. But
That's going to be every day.
yeah, it's gonna feel like that. I know, but I think starting next week, hopefully, if Monday is not gonna be,
We ain't going to be here Monday. There's no chance.
Ice apocalypse.
No
2025. We'll start Tuesday, but I think it'll
Man,
still
that
be,
is weird.
what's that?
That it's 2025.
Yeah.
I had to write it.
So-
That's just
I saw a meme. It was like when you show your friend a video from 5 years ago, but it was actually the video's from like 2015 and not 2020. Yeah.
Yeah.
Quarter of a century. We're a quarter of a century into 2000s. That means that people
Next year is our 250th
250.
years of the United States.
Yeah.
So it's the
USA,
centennial.
USA.
Yeah. There's a word. There's actually a word for it for 250.
I know. That's why I said
Bicentennial,
is-
and a half centennial.
You're wrong.
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know words. Prefixes.
If only you
If
could put something in
only.
your hand that you could ask. What is the official word for a 250th birthday?
My microphone.
No. No.
Do you know the answer?
Somebody out there, email quick.
Semi-quincentennial.
Semi-quincentennial.
It's a good band name.
It's not. It's not. It's a terrible band name. Nobody could ever spell it.
That's awesome.
All
okay,
right,
but
so-
like they'd be like SQC. Like they'd be like semi. Wait, what was it? Semi-quincentennial.
Yeah.
It sounds like what they call like musical notes in England. Like
Yeah.
Hemi-quaver.
Oh my gosh, I met a chick from Australia
Whoa.
at
Me
Midwest.
too.
At Midwest
Whoa.
Clinic.
Did we meet the same chick?
Was she like tall and
Whoa.
blonde?
Now we're just calling women
I don't
chicks?
remember.
Wow, we
I
can
don't
do
know.
that?
I don't know.
I sat next to her on the bus, and she was so excited because it was snowing. Like,
Wait, it wasn't her first time at Midwest?
yeah.
It was. The no Joe is probably the same
That's
woman.
wild.
Because I talked to her and she's like, I can't do an Australian accent. I don't know.
Please try.
Please
try.
Oh gosh. See, I can't do it because it's like I'm like. What's
Can
the
you
mouth
do an
shape?
Australian accent in your Mexican accent?
Hey, I'm from Australia.
It's not good.
Anyway, it wasn't. It didn't sound like that.
So-
But yeah. So she was like super excited because she's like, "Oh, my very first time in Midwest." I'm like, "Oh, that's awesome!" And so she teaches at 9 schools.
Whoa.
That sounds impossible.
That's what I said. But
Like,
she's like,
there's only, like, if you had morning, afternoon, so maybe it's
it's like every
one
other day.
Friday afternoon she has off because there's not a school.
It was like, she's like, I have 3 schools on Monday, 2 on Tuesday. I go back to one of the schools on Wednesday, 2. I mean, she went through it, and I'm like, God bless you. How on earth?
Is that in Australia? Or
In
is
Australia. No, in Australia.
But
And it was funny because she was saying that she actually teaches American, like, system of music. So instead of using quarter notes instead of like crotchets and whatever those bingle bangles or whatever they use in England. I don't know.
they're incredible.
But anyway, but then she's like, well, that's the only thing that makes sense from America. And it's like, I don't know. You guys have 10-foot tall spiders. I wouldn't be roasting us that much. But anyway, have a good conference. So, But that was pretty fascinating. It goes to show you, like, our job, like, all across the world is just so different, depending on where you live.
Can't wait for IMAC.
That's gonna be a good time.
Can't freaking wait.
Mm-hmm.
So much fun.
Mm-hmm.
So much fun. See all of our friends. We're actually, those of you that care, we are actually presenting this year at IMAC.
Yeah.
We have a seminar. Thank you to our good friend, well, your good friend, I can't stand the guy, Steve Olson.
Shout out.
Sorry, Steve.
At Princeton. Sorry, not sorry. Our good friend at Princeton has set up, we're going to do, a panel. A panel on the solo and ensemble best practices. So I'm really interested to see how that turns out. So if you're bored and need something to do, I think we're like an after lunch time slot. I think we might be Thursday after lunch or maybe Friday after lunch. Maybe Thursday after lunch.
I think it's Thursday.
I think it's Thursday after lunch. So I'm excited. And
Yeah.
thank you, Steve, for getting me a half price registration fee for the for the conference and a room at the Pier Marquette. That's awesome.
Boom.
So really excited about that opportunity to, hopefully share some of our knowledge of what we do for Solo and Ensemble. I know we've talked about it on the podcast, but it'll be nice to reach out to other people, and maybe we need to get some more cards made up and take to IMEC with us and give them to the Kidder booth.
I found a couple extras if they're able to make some of their own version or something like that.
I
That'd be
gave
cool,
our
too.
cards to Blake. They have.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they're gone.
Hopefully.
You know what I mean? Like we need more. We need to reach out to Beth
Shout
Shout
out.
out.
and ask her if they need more cards and if we can bring cards and set them at the old Kidder booth. Old Kidder. Can I tell a Kidder story?
Yeah.
Always.
Okay.
They're our sponsor.
Right. So
It's allowed.
right before Christmas break, and I told you guys this, so pretend to react like you've never heard this, so we get the laugh tracks in the background. So I called to order our All-State music before break, and I think the guy's name was Cole.
Shout
right?
out.
Does that sound right?
Sure. Yeah.
I'm almost
Yeah.
positive it was Cole. He's like, "Thank you for calling Kidder Music Service. How may I help you?" I'm like, "Hey, I need to talk to Jamie. I need to order some music." And he's like, "Can I tell him who's calling?" And I said, "Well, this is Kevin Ferry at Mama Throwsville." He's like, "Oh, Kevin, how are you?" I think I met Cole last year at IMAC, but I don't know. So I'm like, "Oh, okay." So Beth has made the people at Kidder listen to our podcast, which is great because
Instead of music in the store, they just press play on our.
Oh.
podcast.
So it just cracked me up, and I couldn't wait to tell you guys. But so he's like, "Yeah, hold on, I'll get Jamie." Jamie picks up he doesn't say hello. He doesn't say it. He goes, "Mr. Ferry." Like, oh man, I just died laughing. I'm like, that's a really
awesome.
good Lisa Fornoff
That is
impression.
good.
It's really, really good. Pretty spot on.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my
Sure
gosh.
it was.
It was really good. So shout out to Jamie
Shout
Shout
Jamie,
out.
yeah.
for his impression of me doing an impression of Lisa Fornoff.
Take it on the road.
a two-word act. People will
Hey,
think
There have been worse
sometimes I
things.
say Mr. Martinez. That's the third word.
That's true, but it's not as
it's
catchy.
not as much.
not
It's
as
not even
catchy.
close. If we had a nickel for every time he said "Mr. Ferry," it would be a lot.
It would be a lot.
I'd have a lot of nickels.
You wouldn't have to stay in an old folks' home when you retired.
At $142,000 a year.
Pretty crazy.
So, we got musical coming up. We got musical auditions, so on and so forth. And
Guys and dolls, right?
Guys and Dolls again.
Nice.
So this one,
again.
Yeah. Well, we were going to do it in 2020,
Oh.
Technically.
and 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Our show days were the 20th, 21st, and 22nd of March.
Oh, jeez.
March 16th. The text message comes through. It says, "Everybody go home for 2 weeks. We'll see you in 2 weeks."
Yeah.
They lied.
Yeah.
I know we're all shocked that the government lied, but they lied.
They did.
Right, and David, you're a 2020 grad, right?
Yeah.
So you
Ooh.
got hosed with
Oh,
you're
man.
a COVID grad.
Yeah.
So, like-
started college in 2020 as well.
Whoa.
Yeah. So did you stay at home at college, or they made you go to the dorms and you just had to sit in your dorm?
No, we were in classes, but all of them were like supposed to be hybrid or all online. So like my music theory was at 8 a.m. and I'd always make myself go to class because it's music theory. And like,
See, and that's what's so you went to class
Yeah.
in the fall of 2020 immediately.
Yeah.
Okay,
But we
so-
all had to have masks and like half the people were online.
Sure, and that's what's so weird. I got in a conversation about this with somebody else. I don't care what your political beliefs are, but like it was so different from state to state, like Illinois and Iowa and Missouri and Wisconsin, that how each state dealt with that, and like we were so regimented with the protocols and the guidelines, and like never ever again. Like I'm pretty sure early retirement will be a thing for me if
If it would happen,
if we have another Pando.
Yeah.
So,
I can see that.
yeah, anyway, and what's also bittersweet about it was like Kendall, my daughter Kendall was one of the leads, and she never got to do it. And so when she heard that we were doing it, she's like,
Yeah.
that makes me sad. I'm like, yeah, kind of me too. But I was listening to the music the other day, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this. I love it. I love this song. I love this song. I love this song. I love this song. So, and then, like, we've got literally, I counted this up, without, like, days, like, without Martin Luther King Day and IMAC, was it 5, 10, 14, and 3, 17 days of rehearsal where I'll be in front of them, or Mr. Flowers will be in front of them to get like 3 or 4 songs ready before we start solo ensemble season. So I'm like freaking out. So hopefully,
I mean, last year was worse because you actually were preparing for IMAC.
we
to
were,
perform.
but it ended up helping out because 2 of the pieces we did at IMAC we did for.
That's true.
We did for
Contest.
we did for contest, and then when we got done with solo ensemble, McKenna taught them Bali Laka. So.
Shout out McKenna.
Shout out
Shout
McKenna.
out McKenna.
Oh, good for her. I don't know if she listens or not, but those of you that
Student
she has 90. She went from 16 or 18 first semester in junior high choir to 90.
What?
Awesome.
90.
What did she do?
It's really good.
She's
Candy.
just awesome.
Yeah.
Candy and TikToks, I bet.
Bribed him with pizza.
That's
Said
it.
we're all having a pizza party.
Yeah, but you have to stay
That
in quiet
worked
the
for
entire
me.
semester.
Yeah. Hey kids, you want to help me move all this heavy stuff?
Basically.
I'll have pizza. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll feed you. Okay.
Yep.
So, yeah, we got 5 months to go here, and I'm really excited for this semester. I think we got a lot of good things going. We're going to host solo ensemble again. I'm waiting for Ben to release the Music Wire platform so I can get started. I think it's gonna be good.
Yep.
Very good.
I would say it's. I say the fall seemed like a blur almost. Kind of makes sense why we were missing some weeks from doing a podcast because it's like just so much was happening. Lisa
Yeah.
finally moved into her house.
But has she?
But
has she?
It's
The
in
stuff
the
is
boxes
all
are in
in
the
there.
house. Yes, the
The
boxes
stuff's all
are
in there,
the
but how many
house.
nights have you actually stayed in your house?
Yeah.
Like 6 maybe.
And you moved in what day?
December, the day before the Christmas concert. 17th?
She put the boxes in her house, and then she never stepped in her house
And then
until
she's
like
like, you know
yesterday
what? We're going to travel all over the place.
to Peru,
To Peru, the
fourth most boring city. So I saw,
Tell this story because I
okay.
think it's great that both of you are from
yeah,
these places.
yeah. So I was,
You are too from
I am
Peru.
not from Peru.
So I saw this TikTok. It was like, here are the 5 most boring Illinois cities. Number 5, Homer Glen. And I was like, what? Homer Glen's not that boring because I grew up there. And I mean, like, it's funny because like when I first grew up there, I was like, oh my gosh, look at all this farmland. I'm like, oh, I'm roughing it, even though it's like just a couple acres, and then next thing you know, you have a main drag, 159th, that takes you like right to the other bustling cities. Anyway. But I was like, oh, like that's kind of lame. The next one, Peru, Illinois. I was like, Lisa's hometown's more boring than mine. So that was pretty funny. But then there was some other cities
I was
I remember.
born in Peru. I'm from LaSalle.
No, you,
She's like,
Born in Peru.
she's like,
I mean-
she's like, I live in New York, but I live in New Jersey.
I was born in McQuon. That didn't make the list. So, but what signifies a city? Because is Peru really a city?
It's more like a
Like,
landmass.
I mean, not to offend anybody from Peru, but isn't it like the armpit of LaSalle?
It's more like the.
It's bigger than LaSalle.
Is it really?
Yeah. Peru.
Then why is LaSalle first in LaSalle, Peru?
Because we're better.
Oh, not to offend anybody.
No, I don't. There was. I don't know. I don't know why. Because Peru, LaSalle just sounds.
So
worse.
you lived in LaSalle and you drove to Peru to go to St. Bede High School.
Yep.
No.
Go Bruins.
No. So the high school is like on the line, the LaSalle Peru line. So there was times where like half of the city or half of the school didn't have water if there was something going on with Peru lines, and half would because it just like straight down the middle. So that's kind of cool.
Great story.
I could walk from one class and be in Peru, walk to my next class and be in LaSalle. So I would walk to Peru for my classes at LaSalle Peru Township High School.
Back in my day, I used to walk to school.
Yeah, do you hear that? Is that what you heard?
I'd walk from the most unboring city to the most boring city.
My mommy would pick me up and drop me off until I got GP.
Which I asked her, are you going to change Law 36 to Laugh 36, her license plate?
I don't know what that means.
My initials.
Law.
Oh, law. Okay.
But no, I'm not. Just like
No
we
laughing.
haven't changed it in our group text.
This is true.
Safe art and law.
Yeah, that's true. So, speaking of lists,
The list.
Lisa.
Oh, do we have a Lisa list?
We have a
Of
Lisa
course we
We have
pile
a
of
Lisa
Lisa
lists.
list today?
Lisa
we really
pile
haven't
of
talked
lists.
about music at all.
That's okay.
We're
We're getting
the
back
worst.
to it. Not many music things have happened.
Oh,
It's
I'm
been
going to
break.
listen to this podcast that talks about music.
It's music
No.
in the making.
Yeah,
we have to make
you've
something
gotta
to
make
music.
the music.
Anyway,
All right,
Okay.
Lisa. We need to
This-
come up with a jingle.
Lisa list.
Okay, the first one is I don't know, maybe a gripe to Mr. Martinez. I don't know.
Oh, then I'm fine. I'm with you.
All I know is on the teacher piano there was like a Band-Aid, like unwrapped.
Oh, what?
I don't know.
No, that's Mads. That's gotta be Mads. There's
Why
no
would you
way.
Oh,
do
that probably is why.
No, when was this?
Late December sometime.
Late December?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, the Mads dinner was early December.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
you know Lisa Hallen or Lisa Fornoff.
Fornoff.
Sorry, my apologies. Lisa Fornoff really like makes those piano 3 and 4 kids bleed on their piano, so
wow.
she'll probably just
Wow.
give them
Okay.
blisters.
It was
So there
like
was
a U of I Band-Aid, and I
A
don't
U of
know.
I Band-Aid?
I couldn't tell it was a Band-Aid. I was like picking up around there, and I was like, ah!
Why'd you pick up a band?
Weird.
'Cause I didn't know it was a Band-Aid. It was gross.
Okay, that's
I
weird.
blame Mads.
It's very convenient. Okay, the next thing on my list was Mr. Ferry Jamie Kidder phone calls. So you already
Yeah,
got
nailed that.
That was hilarious.
Way to go, Jamie.
Okay, so at Midwest, one of the sessions I went to, this is just kind of, I don't know, I think it's a fun story, was like using and creating podcasts in your teaching or something like that. So
Oh, yeah, I remember.
I went to that. I was, thinking about music in the making the whole time. Like, wow, look at us. We
Yep.
do that kind of. It was pretty cool. But one of the presenters' slides was like,
Hear all these podcasts that like they listen to or something, right? Or like
yeah, like here's some music podcasts, and one of the ones on the list was my cousin's podcast.
How dare they?
How are we not on the podcast?
I know, right? But like I'm just sitting there like this. And like her podcast isn't even music. It's like teaching in higher education. And I'm just sitting there in this conference in this Chicago.
In the music conference.
And yeah, my cousin who teaches in California is on this presentation I'm looking at. It was wild.
Are there any questions? Yeah. How dare you?
No, it was so cool. I was just sitting there like, I can't believe this. Like I'm taking a photo, like texting my family, like what is happening right now?
We're gonna change that.
Also, there was other things from
World
there.
domination.
I put a photo. What brings them back to those podcasts? I put this on here. I don't remember why. Oh, I thought we could go through and decide if we do these things. Enthusiasm of the hosts and guests. Are we enthusiastic?
I mean, I
I
feel
think
like
so.
we're
Yeah.
pretty upbeat most of the time.
Yeah, we do our shout-outs.
Entertaining and tell good stories.
I mean, I think you and I do that.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm
He's
just
nodding.
the tech guy. I'm just Jamie from Joe Rogan. He'd be like, Jamie, throw that up. Jamie, put that video up. And I'll be like, okay, that's fine.
Quality audio and production value.
Oh, I mean, Art nails that. Like,
I
for
try.
sure. Like,
I try.
We try.
I mean,
I'm going to, I think next time we do this, I'm going to experiment with a video version. So, be ready.
I'm not ready.
I won't be here
Humor.
next Friday, so we might have to look at Thursday.
Yeah, I think it should be fine.
Humor.
I'm pretty funny.
I'm pretty freaking hilarious. I mean, like, Emma came in the other day and she was like, oh, it's so funny, it's so good. Like, the one thing that, like, when I sent that text out, like, our New Year's resolution needs to be show every week. We need to just keep going. Is I had so many people, like, their end of the year Spotify, like, we made their top list.
Oh, really?
Of stuff that they listen to.
Cool.
That's
Like,
awesome.
I don't know how that works, but, like, Emma
Yeah.
was like, this song was my number one, but, like, number whatever, you know, what in her top 10, I don't know
Yeah.
what it was, but it's like, this was,
Music in the making.
yeah, and I'm like,
Ayo.
okay, and then I had like 3 or 4 other students or former students say the same thing. They were like, no, we listen to you guys all the time, we love it, it's fun, which is great, we appreciate them very, very much, but we should
mean-
probably talk about our kids more than we do, but whatever. This
Yeah.
isn't about them, it's about us.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
We're fun. We're hilarious.
Yeah.
We are funny. You are tech.
I try that.
Is our podcast comforting?
No.
We give some pretty cold hard truths about things. I think we like to be encouraging, but sometimes it's like, do we want to?
Well, I mean, every now and again you get this shrill.
yeah,
And that's
I know.
not comforting to anybody.
No, and if people turn the volume down.
And yeah, when you've
Yeah.
got to do that, and then they miss the next line.
Yeah, which is
because
hilarious.
We've all quieted down because we've been scolded by mom.
And
so.
then when they turn it back up and they just hear it again, they're like, oh, something's wrong with my
Yeah.
radio.
I make sure it stays family friendly, which is comforting.
Even though she throws horns at you and
Yeah, she like
turns violent.
no, that stupid chicken.
yeah, that was
Like in the hard plastic.
yeah,
like,
she
I was-
definitely
I was like bleeding from the head.
Band-Aid.
If only we had one.
Mm-hmm.
And then deep conversations.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
I mean, our last podcast was the Dr. Gable episode,
yeah,
and
that was pretty.
like I mean, we've had a few of those where we get a little deep, but I mean, I want people to listen to us because hopefully at some point we give some information that's beneficial for somebody to use, or I've never thought about it that way before, or
Yeah.
I like that concept, I like that idea. A couple years ago, or maybe it was even last year, I started making a list of stuff I wanted to write for the ILMEA magazine, and I've not done any of it yet, but maybe I need to go through that, and that will strike some serious conversation in trying to help other music teachers to, you know,
Yeah.
do better. I don't know, because we don't have the answers, all of them, but we do what we do, and we feel like we do it pretty well, and like if we can help anybody, then great. But
For sure.
yeah, I like the video idea. I think that'd be great. But it's probably gonna be the deal. People are like, oh, I really thought Mr. Ferry would be Mr. Martinez, and they get us like they're gonna obviously when they see us they're gonna be like, oh, Mr. Martinez, I get it. But you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
when you
it's like because if you only hear
shoot,
voices.
Emma was telling me. No, it wasn't Emma. It was Rowan and Drew.
Shout
Shout-outs.
out. Also,
We're
shout
like-
out Emma, sorry.
Yeah. Were telling me about this. There's like a TikTok challenge for choir directors.
Okay.
Name your kid's voice without seeing them.
Oh yes.
Do that.
I
I
have
know.
seen
I
that.
I would win.
Oh, you would be awesome.
Oh yeah, you'd be very.
Like I would win.
Yeah.
You did in my life.
Yeah.
Like that's all I do. I know them by their voice,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
their,
yeah.
not the way they look. So
Yeah, that's
like,
actually been pretty cool.
Yeah, and they were like, we need to do that. And I'm like, okay, we can do that. You just need to find the time to
that's
do
awesome.
it. Yeah,
That's a good idea.
I don't know.
As soon as we get back into school, whatever, next week probably the best time because after that, so on.
Well,
No fun.
there'll be a different TikTok trendy challengey.
Yeah, you got to
There
do it
usually
while it's
is.
fresh.
Yeah, stupidness.
I have
The best.
one last thing.
Oh, sorry,
Sounds
we
about-
interrupted
oh,
the
sorry,
Lisa
yeah.
No,
list.
you're
The Lisa
fine.
list.
I just. Okay. And then I felt.
Lisa list.
Lisa list.
I like it. Keep going. I felt a little called out because it was like do's and don'ts. And it was like listen to your completed work, and I was like, no, I don't do that.
Well, we do.
Yeah, as long as part of the team does.
You're like, skip. She's like
So
2/3.
I just thought you guys would appreciate that.
For
Even
her-
the Midwest session was
For her podcast,
Calling me
she has
out.
2 other people that will listen to the episode for her.
yeah, still
Versus
quality
her.
control.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, don't you need to leave?
She does.
Lisa's got to go. You can leave anytime you want, David.
I
You
was
don't
saying,
have to sit around here and.
I say we do it. Well, we do.
Art and I might just go on for another hour.
Who knows?
Really?
I will listen to the part that I'm not on. I promise.
2 hours later.
We need a Lisa's listing. So one of the podcasts that I listen to, a football podcast, they have
Patriots
been,
one.
Yeah, the Patriots one. They have, and you probably have to pay for this, and they're the Patriots, so they have billions of dollars, but they
Bye,
have.
Lisa.
Mrs. Forno. Each segment that they do, little things, and they have theme songs for all of them. And like they do a picks section where they're picking all the games for the week, and like they've done AI generated theme songs. So I don't know if that's a free thing.
Yeah, probably.
Let's get an AI generated Lisa's List song.
We need-
And what we need to do is you need to have it on your phone. And so next time, like Lisa says, "Hey, I'm ready," and you just be like, "Oh, wait a minute,"
Yeah, exactly.
and then you can play it
Lisa
over.
list.
But when it goes to the podcast editing, you just put it in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Well, I'll say like soundboards would be fun. I just don't know how you do that on a live podcast though. It might be maybe it's just you just mark it. and
You
it'd be
just gotta
like-
record it. I mean, yeah.
Well, like you mark, I just mark timestamp somewhere, timestamp somewhere where the sound would go. So I did that. I mean, when I did the episode where we did our favorite like pieces of music, like I kind of made notes of where to insert that stuff. So and that was fun to edit. So, well, I actually gotta go start copying a whole bunch of solo ensemble music. So
I do not.
You do not. I'll say because you have people for that.
I got my people. You got your people.
I
We'll
do.
get together. We'll do lunch.
Absolutely. Okay, I don't have any emails. So, well,
Hey, it's Friday.
it's Friday.
It's Friday.
We survived
Friday.
8 hours of,
Friday. Gotta get down on
meetings
Friday.
and lunch. David, welcome to the family, son. The semester, looking forward to having you. Thank you all, as always, Kidder Music, our sponsor.
Shout
Out to all y'all. Hey,
Hey, you just sent her an email. Is it important? Do I need to read it?
I sent her. Well, it sent her 2 emails, but it's still. We talked about see if they'd sponsor some mics and stuff.
Talking about practice?
Talking about practice, not the
Not
game.
talking about the game.
Yeah.
We're talking about practice.
But thank you guys for being a sponsor. We always appreciate that. We can't wait to hang out with you guys at IMAC. We
yeah,
definitely
for
need to
sure.
have-
Blake, bring your credit card.
Yep.
We love that.
yeah. Blake's buying for everyone. Woo! Beth, thank you for everything as well. We'll be in touch. We definitely got to get you two out here. Jamie too. We got to get all 3 of them. Honestly, that'd be awesome. You guys out here on a podcast, so we can definitely talk about the music business side of things in that realm. Besides that, hope you all had a great winter break, Christmas break.
Yeah,
Happy
Merry
New
Christmas.
Year.
Happy New Year
Hopefully-
2025.
Hopefully your New Year's resolutions last more than a couple days, because, 'tis the season. Anyway, besides that, goodbye.